What's up, YouTube fam? Stark Angel's Journey, I'm Shakira. Well, it is Sunday, and I have been relatively lazy, so it's time to get on the grind. All right, let's get down with some back testing, and I think I'll use crypto since it's moving. Maybe we can find some live options. Sounds like a good time. Drop a like, drop a comment, subscribe if you feel like it. All ICT concepts. Let's go! Getting tiny. All right. So this is from Friday. I've got to wait. So let's get our back testing up. And let's grab ETH. I haven't seen what ETH's been doing for a bit, so let's do that. Well, okay. Let's see what the daily's looking. All right. Where have we come? Why did she turn around? Did we tap that? Nope. Ooh. Did we tap this order block over here on the daily? It's the high of that. 1370.55. And the low of this is 1367.76. 1367.76. Okay, not bad. So not that. Definitely not that. Bearish order block in this general vicinity right here. Let's drop down to the monthly. Okay, so yeah, so we've been in consolidation from a monthly perspective for a bit. Weekly, well, in January we had this little shift, but we didn't really go anywhere. Well, was it a shift? Not really. What did we do? We came up to this bearish breaker right here. This guy right here came into it and dropped right after. Bearish breaker, we had this high and then this high, and then it broke below it, and then we out. That's on the weekly. No fair value gaps in here. Relatively equal price action. Big fair value gap right here. What are they working back down into? They're working their way back into this fair value gap right here on the weekly. And they've basically, all they've done is equalize price between the, from this drop to bring it back up. Fascinating. Okay. All right. So bearish order block came and tapped the base of that puppy and then dropped. Coming into a mitigation block down here, perhaps. Didn't quite make it though. This daily seems to be holding the price up though. It's interesting. Anyway, let's drop down to a 4-hour. What are we looking at? So hold on, let's move it back up here. So right now on the daily shift, still somewhat bullish. We have a bearish shift here. They broke past these lows and shallow runs above this high here. I don't know that I have a really serious bias at this point. 4 hours looking bullish. They took sell side out here. Next area of interest would be right up here. Relatively equal highs here. Fair value gap on the 4-hour. Let's go to the 1-hour. Yeah, they're gonna want to take that. So let me just delineate that. So take the top of that guy. Let's go buy side liquidity. Resting up here. Not to mention this 1-hour fair value gap that we're gonna draw out here. I think that's what they're reaching for. So let's do that, and let's modify this to say 1 hour. Guys, there's so much to learn. So little time, huh? All right, what's going on the 15-minute? Take that out. Shallow, shallow, shallow. The real one's up here. But I'm going to note that just so I'm aware that it's there. It's by side, and then the one that's directly above it. I mean, this bigger guy's at that tip up there. But little guy right here. Yeah, let's just leave that. And just see what they're going to do. Oh, what does this look like? So shallow run up, another shallow run up. And looks like they're consolidating. Yeah. Most likely to go back to continue the ride up. So we have nice big juicy fair value gap here on the 5-minute. And 2 shallow runs. That one hasn't made it past that. If they take this, they might try at least. Okay, let's see what we have in this general vicinity so we know what the heck we're doing, right? So we had this fair value gap form here. For an ICT 2022 model, price would have had to tap it and then drop, right? So right now, if we're looking at the bodies of the candles, they are tapping the fair value gap. It looks like they're gonna pop that way. It's already been filled and normalized. They've come and tapped it. Look at the way the bodies are behaving right now. Just barely tapping it. So they're probably gonna expand that way. That's what that looks like. Let's see what a 4-minute looks like. So they're just gathering orders. So let's note consequent encroachment. This wick right here. Just gonna draw this over. I know it's gonna get busy. Okay. Let's make that yellow. Okay. And we can get rid of this. All right. And do we have anything else juicy in this general vicinity? No, price is pretty balanced, Yeah, so the way they're behaving here, I definitely want them to continue going up. This is looking like it's keeping price where it needs to be. If they were to try and come back down, my general expectation would be for them to hit this order block down here. But we have buy side inefficiency, sell side imbalance, but no real fair value gaps. Tiny one right here. It's dropped down for 1 minute. Yeah, so you can see it very clearly. Just they're in a range right now, consolidating. So one of two things needs to happen. One, we need to break the top of this guy. Looks like they made it what? Let's do that. Just like a tick or two above C of the C. Interesting. Okay. So with this sort of behavior, we have this fair value gap also appears to be holding price. See how no candle has formed? I guess I'll just go ahead and just note it right here. Whoops. Give it a different color. Just for now. Yes, yeah, okay. All right, so look how it's no candle body has busted above it. So no, it's the fight between the fair value gaps. One of these needs to win. Right now, I don't know which. We are trapped. Back up to a 15-minute on that. So until they make some kind of move between these two areas, we are just hanging out. Having a good old time. Huh. But given the movement up, I think they're trying to balance price, so they're probably going to take this out so they can have more opportunities to drop it again in the week. You gotta go up to go down, you know? What did I say? What goes up must come down. Yeah, yeah, that's what they say. So we'll leave this on the 5 minute and just watch that. So what I would be looking to see is if they turn this into support and they take this out. So when they come back down, then there will be like this set of order blocks right here for them to play with for an entry to go up. All right, so that's that. We're just gonna have to wait for that to play out. In the meantime, um, we'll come back to our Ethereum. Let's do a little back testing with BTC. And it's doing the exact same thing. Look at it. Look. These things trade in lockstep, you know? I don't know if it's entirely lockstep, but you know, still close. And let's see. You're respecting this? Almost, yeah. Hmm. They dipped in here a little bit. Tiny fair value gap here. Did they fill that to the tick? Let's see. The high of the screen candle is 21,091.5, and the low of this is 21,093.5. So just a little bit. Oh, okay. There we go. Moving above. Yeah. So my expectation would be it's going up. Let me go back over to my ETH here. It's not quite. What do we have? You know, range from, let's say, from here to here, just hanging out. I think we're just about equilibrium, just hang out in equilibrium for the range. If I was to say, you know, as like I said, I think they're going up. I would utilize maybe this space. Oh, did I not grab it? Grab that. Utilize that low and that high, right? And we already know we have all of this juiciness up here. We have this guy, this buy side up here. So for like low hanging fruit, we take this out. Then this guy would be my, you know, quick and dirty hit in and out. If we're coming up to tap this 1 hour fair value gap, which potentially we are, then, you know, any one of these up to this guy, maybe that 1590.68, that would be like my main, you know, push. That's what I would be looking for. So with that being the case, let's hold on. Did we get like some, let's zoom in on this. Did we get some sort of potential entry? Oh, there they go. Okay. So order block there. They came back down into this guy. This fair value gap would have probably been where I would have wanted to have entered. So right here. So when they came back down here, stop loss below here, and then, you know, roll up. What is the ATR? So let's go the average true range. Whoops. Didn't mean that. Indicator, ATR, general. So I want the ATR for the last 5 days, basically. It's 14. Let's do exponential. And I'm gonna do that. So the ATR is 82.15. Okay. Let's go back to the 1 minute and let's minimize that. Okay. So if 82.5. So let's say we did, you know, get the entry in this general vicinity, stop loss. I'm gonna deal with this bottom wick right there. And we were aiming, say, let's be conservative and just go there, right? That would be 1534 to 1576. If the true range for the day is 85 USDT approximately. Just pulling out the calculator here. So 1576.26 minus 1534.06 is about 42.5. And if I were to aim for what I would really want, which is this to that, 1590, then it would be, because I'm thinking, you'd want about 70% of that move, right? 1590.68. Okay. That'd be 56.62. So that's actually not a bad, that's not a bad move. We know they're going to fail all of this, but I don't know how long that's going to take. And while we're consolidating, it's anybody's game at this point. So let's remove that and let's assume this is what we're looking for. So much consolidation. And let's see. This technically should be below this guy, for stop loss. So how 15, 26.37, 15.34, 15.90. All right. It's a little different. Yes, but trying to figure out, because we just sort of made that move at 125, just waked up, and now we're consolidating, waiting. So if they're gonna go down, they need to take this out anyway. So if I'm wrong, then this will protect me. So I just want to be like a couple of ticks below it. There's a fair value gap right here. If they're digging into that, then they're gonna come all the way back down here. So I'm gonna be somewhat conservative about that. And let's see what the 1 minute's doing. Yeah, so 2 opportunities for an entry here. Once you start to notice the signature, they're just tapping, 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 not going anywhere. This is where you'd want the entry. Or if this whole order block here, then about there. Not bad either. Stop losses below that or below the fair value gap. Looks like they're looking to expand up and take out this again. But look how they just haven't gone anywhere. Now, if this turns, we need this to turn into support. If they can keep it and not close a body below it, then we'd be good. But look what they did. They took consequent encroachment of this wick, and then what are they doing? Dropping it. So that tells me that they're not trying to go any higher at the moment. And they violated this guy quite handily. Yep. So My supposition at this point, it's 6 o'clock. Hold on. Did Sydney just open? Yeah, I think Sydney just opened. Is what stop losses are for. But this would be sort of dangerous with the range. You want them to break the range. But I'm just supposing, right? My bias, since we're already going up, but look at what they're doing. The monthly bias is bearish. But look at that. Now they've shown their hands. This is what they want to do. Yep, there we go. Right there. Stop right out. Beautifully knocked out, done. So I would tape reading until we can do this better. Like these guys were also signatures too, right? But with this one, I thought perhaps it might break above it, but no, it didn't. So now I have to be flexible and adjust my thought process. So let's see what they do. So they've taken out all the folks that went long here. I don't know if anybody caught that. And down here. So everybody, all this is done, done and dusted, done and dusted. This and this should also have been a bit of a telltale sign. But like I said, we are fighting with multiple fair value gaps in this general vicinity. So I'm going to take this one off because that's what I specified as like a potential entry area. And look, they haven't gone anywhere. All they've done is taken this. They've wicked. If they say tap 50% of this thing, then they'll turn around and go the opposite direction. Because this is just the opening bell for Sydney. We just got to wait, right? So far, still acting as support. It's okay for the wick to go outside of it, but none of the bodies have done that. Now, this might just be a bearish order block and they're going to continue down. What I want to see is if they're going to respect that. Now, the other option is lots of sell side under here. Oops, let's see. Yep, lots of sell side under here for them to come into. So, see what they're willing to do. And let's dip back to Bitcoin. Okay, behaving the same way. Like this one, I feel like they're respecting, they're waiting, still in the range. They need to break outside of the range. That's why it's so hard. Oh, kitty's up and wants attention. Hmm. Mostly just trying to figure out where things are. Because we have a set of order blocks right here. It's bullish. Mhm. Mm, yeah. I need Kitty to drink water. Honestly, he's just not drinking any water. So after I make this video, I'm gonna go watch some ICT and organize my notes going down. Let's see what okay, so now they might give me a signature, right? Look what they're doing. I guess we're just live watching. We're live just dealing with this. They made relative equal lows here, and then that's about 50% of that. Okay. They're committing. Yeah, they're committing. Yeah. But look how they're behaving around. Oh, hold on. Not quite right there. There. It's up just a little bit low of it. Body's still inside of this dang thing though. Still above the consequent encroachment. They made relative equal lows. This is a weird game they're playing. What have they dropped into? It's like an old high right here. Anything else? Yeah, there's an old high right here. Let's dip up to the 15-minute. We gotta like adjust our thought processes around this. Look at that, still respecting this fair value gap. Even the 15-minute one, still hanging out. There's another one below here. And they're just kind of like rebalancing this guy. Just got a 1 hour. Okay. Bearish order block right here. 15:29:37. Go back down to the 5-minute. What are you doing? Sometimes when you're zoomed in, everything looks momentous when it's not really. Okay, so we've made a order block. Are we dropping? I feel like that's the general idea. We can get rid of this. Order block here. Sell side's all the way down here. Let's know that. Okay. And there's, once they take that out, like I'm absolutely positive they're gonna dig into this puppy if that's what they want to do. But for now, we're just watching the bodies of the candles, right? And seeing how they're behaving. We're just gonna tape read the crap out of this because this behavior um explains things like, you get these little moves and they look really big, but they're really small, you know? We're also looking to see how the candles hold each other up, right? So like this one held it down, they kept dropping. This one here, and then this one, the close, let's see, the close of this candle was 15:31:90, and the open of this candle was 15:31:79. So close. Now, one of two things can happen here, and this is crypto, so I'm not looking at ES, but just trying to see if I can read this right. We're in this very small, tight range. They did a little breakout, swept up some price. Now, one of two things will happen, right? Big fair value gap right in the middle here, which is about approximately equilibrium, or they meander about and okay and continue dropping. Look where the bodies are. Still inside the fair value gap. The wicks, if they wanted to continue up, potentially they should have busted through, but what do I know, right? Because they've spent, let's look at the daily candle here. They spent the last 2 days climbing back up to recover all this yumminess right here. After they dropped and dug very deeply into this busy buy side inefficiency, sell side imbalance, right? They dug deeply into that. So, what is this, Ethereum? So the monthly candle, it's ugly. It's an ugly, ugly, ugly candle because both sides we have long wicking. Like I like this candle, right? It's just going up. But when it's like this, man, that's like so hard. So hard. It's almost like it's gonna like end where it started. So it's a red candle, but it's not a thick red candle. That means there's a lot of whipsawing around it in here, which is not cute at all. Oh, I'll take that off. Which is not cute at all. So still respecting this fair value gap. I wonder if they were just, I think that if they were just pulling down here to pull out the weak hands, right? Like the folks that had gone long here that didn't want to wait. They swept it, they swept out that guy, all of this. So all that's left is relative equal. Yes, kitty. Who'd you go, kitty? Relative equal lows down here and the fair value gap that's below here as well. I want to see them bust through and take this, and then that will solidify any kind of long, um, any kind of long. Now, just for funsies, let me move this because this is where it would be for me now. And just where the liquidity is for all the folks that went short in the general vicinity. They haven't taken consequent approachment out for this rejection wick. So let me just delineate that. So we're at where we have this rejection block right here. So we might be coming to the end of this upward momentum. So that's a rejection block right there. Let's move this to the left and or right, I should say, but on top. So maybe we should probably use this one. So they came right back up to it. They never made it to consequent encroachment of that one, and we're living inside of this fair value gap, which has already been equalized. They've come to it multiple times. 1, 2, busted through, tap, tap, 3, 4, full recovery, and now we're at the very top of it. So let's look at the 2-minute. All that heat and fire of nothingness. So while that's doing, let's head back over here. And let's open up my actual for the week. Oops. Okay. So let's see where we opened up for the week. And so 610, 6. So we opened here. Okay. Okay. So that's the 12th week opening gap. Okay. And interestingly enough, it's opened itself up in between the January 1st new week opening gap, right around where the midpoint of that would be. And for this particular opening, midpoint is probably around there. So it's gonna be fun. What's the Dixie doing? Let's go take a look at that. All right. Whoa. The Dixie gapped down. 15 minutes. Okay. They took out sell side there, so that's done for now. Delete that. And all this stuff's relatively used up, but you see how prices kind of used the space. So, wow. So they opened here and closed their big gap. They're going to want to come back up and take that. And stopped at this order block. They haven't even taken this out, so that might, it's probably going to turn around. Just making like a, so weird. It's a big circle. Yeah, the bodies tell a story. So right now we're trapped. I personally wouldn't take anything here. Something needs to happen. You need to take something right now. Bearish order block right here at the very base of this thing. They need to take it with some alacrity. They need to just be like, this is mine. But that's not what they're doing. They're, well, looks like they're doing it now. Rejection block. All right. The Dixie's not doing anything. Rejection block. Did I put my water up here? I did. Okay, so what do we have? Like, I need them to take this out. There it is, this intermediate high. Because they've already been going up, right? And then they spooked us, and there she goes. There she goes. Huh. About to take it. And then, okay, so they've taken all that out. No longer important to me. Wow, look at that movement. Look at them go for it. Look at them go for it. Look at them go for it. That is, wow. So my original long idea was right. Uh, Stop loss needed to be a little higher, but look at them go and tap that thing. Let's see. Nice big push for ES as well. And the Dixie's doing nothing. I mean, it's just, yeah, it's just dithering about. So let's see if they'll come up to what I originally thought was going to be a, let's use this right about there. So I originally said above this. So 15, this says 1591.29. I think the other one was 1590.68. Look at that, look at them go. Well within the range for the day, right? Because price hadn't moved that far. Well, had it, I really should have probably took into account all of this. So this, whatever, the moment they started moving from here, they moved the whole range from that point. That's 1464.78 minus where we want to be. Let's see, which is 1591. 29. Where's 1560.68, whatever. That's 126. That's well past the range. Interesting. Now, every broker that you're connected to is going to be sending you messages like, oh my God, Bitcoin's moved like 2% in the last minute. Like, calm down. Yeah, we know. All right. And that's something that I'm going to just delineate right here as a TP, just for the funsies of it. I like to wait like a tick or two past it. All right, so no longer relevant. And they've taken out this buy side right here beautifully. Now, things that I want to see, I would like for this fair value gap right here to hold the price up. And this one right here be considered a breakaway gap. So let's remove all of this additional stuff right here. And this guy, you know, I want to see this hold price up. So let's make a note. Try to do the prediction thing. Right? I don't want to see them go below this area right here. That's what I want to see. And Let me just make another note here. Let's see. Is this a breakaway gap? And let's just plop that right here because I did bust through nicely. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Let's see. Where do they stop on this wick right here? Because these wicks matter. I'll live a couple of ticks past CE of that wick. Now we're doing a little bit of stalling. What's the dollar doing? Climbing up. So a little bit of normal behavior. Because let's be honest, right? We have this entire gap to take into consideration for the entire week. Okay, we don't need that. So we're right about here. Let's see the behavior. Wicks. Let's watch the bodies. Zoomed in. Zooming in. Zooming in. See what ES is doing. And let's take a look at the NASDAQ underneath it. So that was Friday. Just opened up. And where are we stalled? What is this yellow line? Really need to label everything. And the blue one's midpoint of some area of interest. Okay. Back. Let's take a look at the 1 hour. Yes, it's a little busy. We're in a deep discount. Very deep discount. Oof. Volume imbalance. Let's find this yellow line. Must be an order block or something. Let's delete it if we don't understand what it is. Or midpoint between something. And this lovely, lovely gray area here is the midpoint between the equilibrium and the base. So here we were in what is essentially a premium of the quarter. And now we've entered into discount and price has basically pulled back up into a premium to potentially give us an opportunity to continue short. I don't know. Here we go. Rolling back up. Nicely done. Now, these two down candles and the way the bodies are behaving should have just gone long from here. Nice. Look at that. Come on, you can do it. Take it out. Yes. Beautiful. Now the entry is where I need to work on, but they looks like they're gonna beautiful. Beautiful. It's not bad at all. Not bad at all. But understanding price. So they didn't bother to come back down, and now they're gonna like, let's see, at minimum, they should take about halfway of this thing. Let's see, 1606.51. What nice take profit opportunity there, right? Not bad at all. Now, guys, giving folks a chance to re-enter. Candle still painting, so are you done with your move? Don't know. We just take our profits and go on about our business. And ES has decided, oops, to I'm just looking at, beautiful. Look at it. They've pushed all the way up to the January 8th New Week opening gap. And look at where they're hanging out at the midpoint. This would be the signature to go long, I think, right? Breaker block right here. Can I call it a breaker block? We got a lower low and a lower low, and then it just busted through it. So yeah, breaker block, right? So breaker block, midpoint. I mean, yeah, yeah, nice. Let's drop this into the 1 minute. Beautiful. Beautiful. Look at that. See, gonna hang out inside of that thing or we're gonna keep going? What's the next target technically, right? It's all the way up there. Ah, buy side. Let's do some buy side up there. That's pretty close, so I would probably aim for these guys, and then we are midway between these two. So, yeah. All right. What does the signature look like? Sorry, I know I'm busting in between this and ES. Let's see. So, uh, fair value gap right here. Tiny one. We hold it up. Order block right there. So for this initial run, I wanted to see this. They've come in and took what is essentially it's more than a half of the CE. So are we going to be typical and then run from here? The potential. No, three reds. Still hanging out with this order block right here. Base of this fair value gap. Technically, these are the two order blocks down here, but this is the higher red candle, so that's the one I'd be more interested in. So we'll see how this candle paints. It really is fascinating to watch it, right? To understand how it's moving. Because, you know, one, two, one, two, three, this could go either way, right? Right now it's going down, but so I'm curious. I'm just going to draw it out. So right now, what I want to see is whether or not this fair value gap will hold it up. Like if the bodies remain inside of it, I don't think it will. The way we're slowly working our way to the base of it. But hey, I'm still learning. Still at this order block. Bodies are still inside of this thing, so. So if we were to do any sort of aiming, the base of this, like that. The question is, will they take all of this 1 hour today? If so, then my general aim would be this guy, order block, right there. And then that yellow guy as 1647.93 as my target. Stop loss below the order blocks like that. That's what I would guesstimate. Right now it's looking somewhat bullish for me. We can take off my take profit. What did I just remove? Okay. But I need them to bust through this guy like it's made of sandpaper. So move, dither about, the usual. All right. So what are we looking like right now? base. And the Dixie is there. There she goes. She's coming into her thing. Let me in here. Let me do this so I can see what the gap looks like in the start. I guess we won't see it until Monday. So we ended here and we started here. Yeah. So I think they're gonna come back up into this breaker block. Kitty needs to eat. I don't know what to do. Like, not even just eat. He needs to drink, you know? And Dixie's curling up. So, I mean, the general expectation would be everything that was going up should go down now. And yeah, so we've closed below this guy. One of two things will happen. We bust below here, then I'm wrong on the short, and I would have gotten stopped out. This would be my general expectation for them to drop down into. But if I had entered here, I'd still be in. And they did come into this order block right here. So short-term high here. This candle will tell me if it's an intermediate high. And if I should have, obviously I should have waited for this guy down here. Hindsight and all that jazz. Anything else over here? Can't take that out, then my bullish streams are over. And they've already gone pretty far past the average daily range, so I don't know that they're gonna go much further. Go drink some water, Jojo. Yeah. So now it's turning into resistance, right? So then seeing this behavior right here, I would just close this with whatever tiny, like at break even, and be done with it. Because I'm not seeing what I wanted. What I wanted was for it to bust above it. But should have paid attention to the bodies. These two, that wick down. I think he's going down. Dixie's car is crawling up. Kitty's playing with a newspaper. This can be slow and painful, right? Oh, I'm taking this off. So that would have worked. So while we're waiting for them to make up their minds, so this short term low, take that out. Then they're coming back down to here. Okay. And I'll just note the midpoint here and then delete the rest. Let's make that yellow. And then just delete that. Okay. Oh, there's a fair value gap right here. They're staying inside of the bigger one, R1, which is the one that makes the most sense. They turn that into resistance, then, whatever. I'm sorry, it's going to be a long one. I just wanted to price read. It's like a slow crawl up. Yeah. Yeah. Indecisive movements. Let's look at the 15-minute. Slowly crawling back down. This hasn't formed to create anything juicy. You know how it is with these big moves, like this one. They rolled up above it. They continued up a little further, dropped back down, consolidated. They haven't made the fair value gap yet on the 15 minutes, so we don't know what that's going to look like. And in the 1 hour, just, looks like one big green candle. They've washed out these guys, these guys, these guys, these guys. I mean, they've taken out the buy side that we were looking for, and now we're hanging out inside of this 1 hour fair value gap. So what more can they do? So we're crawling back down 5 minutes. It's like they run out of steam. So what's this? 36 minutes after opening bell. Okay. Actually, where is my yeah, let's go. So I've just taken it out. See how this fair value gap is going to be used. And the buy side that's up here, I should move this to the right so I can at least see. That's what I'm aiming for, and midpoint between this and that. And this is looking like, well, the DC's climbing up, so, well, it's turned a little bit. Slow grind. Let's see if there's any sort of divergence or anything between the two. That would tell me anything juicy. So, do that. Why can't I move this? Oh, why is it locked? That's not what's locking it. Okay, I don't know what that was about, but okay. So, we have, so here's a lower low, higher low, and relatively equal lows from the NASDAQ. Good shift, shift. NASDAQ, they haven't taken their, well, no, we're in the same boat. They've stopped at a fair value gap. These guys have also stopped at a fair value gap on the 5 minute. Interesting. So it looks like they're still going up. What is this red line? Oh, this is old. Let's take that off. Thanks. My bad. Do need to clean up a bit. All right, so they're aiming. A good view. Nicely, nicely. No, this here from last Friday is a classic ICT entry. The only problem is you had to wait over the weekend and you didn't know how price is gonna open up. So, could have gone the other way. We have no concept. So we turned around. Ah, let's go up here. What does this look like for us? Okay. So, C, fair value gap. All right. Well, let's see what happens. Start 1 hour. And they rip through the volume imbalance from the higher time frame and the order blocks and all that good stuff. So let's hang out on the 5 minute. And you're still deciding what you want to do. Okay. Equal lows right here. Short-term low. Constant encroachment, they haven't made it to it. This is acting as resistance, so I think they're going to continue downwards to play with this guy. Yeah, that move is pretty much done. Now we're back to super, super Slowville again. Hmm? Oh, ES is not playing games though. Look how the midpoint acted as support right here. It's like a nice area, and then he took it out. Then you're heading to for the bigger two sets of buy sides, really. What is it? Oh, the fair value gap in here. Mm, yeah. Okay. Using the new week opening gap as the midpoint as support. And if the body is going to stay inside of it. Fair value gap. And bearish order block. And looks like, what's the Dixie doing? Okay. Let's also go back to this one. Let's also continue to take a look at what's going on with the NASDAQ. Am I crazy? Where'd it go? Did I put in the wrong one? Kitty, you gotta eat food. Oh, hold on. This hour thing has. All right, they have the volume imbalance right there. Let me just notate that. Just wicks, no bodies. And let's drop that on the bottom. Okay, save that. Let's maximize that. And seriously, where did my... Sometimes TradingView can be a little weird, you know? Like I want something and they've... And then if I go add it back in again, there'll be two panes. Are we doing that? Let's change this back to candles. Okay. So what are we looking at? 1 minute. Okay. Now that's interesting. Looks like we're seeing a bit of a divergence right here. Going up. This guy it's going down. So most likely we'll be dropping. Probably. This is probably holding price up right at base there. Let's see. I know it's getting dark. I guess I should turn a light on. So this is a smart money, I don't know, transaction. Turn the light on. So at the SMT, this guy's saying we're going up, this guy's saying we're going down. They're not in lockstep. Let's also check the Dow. Okay, the Dow is in lockstep with ES. Both are going up. That's the only one. Interesting. We'll see that. ESH 2023. Oops. Okay. So one of them has to be in divergence, and if this guy's not willing to make a higher high, we're probably going down. If we're going down, this guy, this sell side below here, actually all the way down here, probably even more, all the way down here would be something to play with. Question is, could we get 5 handles from it? From a short? Let's see. Stop loss right above there. And not even looking for that much, just 20 ticks. Stop should be like 10. Let's say 2020. Win 250, lose 250. Let's zoom in here. Zooming in. Let's say we were to be silly enough and just be like, press the button, bam, we're in right there. 5 handles, $250. Quick and dirty. Let's be an inverted fair value gap. Still need to learn what those are. Oops. Just make a note here. 5 handles. Just a quick and dirty. That's all I'm looking for. 5 handles in this general vicinity. The Dow are pointing up. The NASDAQ is pointing down. It doesn't seem to want to make a higher high. So I'm not looking for much. 5 handles. Can we do it? And we're at the midpoint too. Gonna wick down a little bit. Probably not the best place to try for 5 handles, let's be honest, right? Oh, look. About to get it? Oh, come on. Oh, man. Not quite. We made equal lows here, though. So 5 handles up or down. So close, and yet so far. What I'm trying to understand about the divergence business is if 2 are pointing in one direction, only 1 is pointing in, is creating the divergence. Who do we trust? I think ICT said only 1 needs to be in lockstep, but let's test it. Five handles in any direction. Still not making a higher high on the NASDAQ. The Dixie's just consolidating. I think there's a fair value gap holding it up right here. We are going to consolidate, looks like. Right, yes, we're midpoint between these two. Just hanging out. Come on, 5 handles. Eke it out. Given all the wicking down, are you going to give it to me? This midpoint. It's an order block, a weekly order block. Bullish weekly order block. There it is. 5 handles. Let me just screenshot that. SMT divergence for the win. Okay. Did Bixie just pop up? Nope. It's not moving. Dang. Did you drop? Okay. So, look at that. Eke out 5 handles without too much drama. Boom, 250 in the bag. We can delete that. So, it looks like we've entered into consolidation. So, probably a good time for me to take a take a stop here. One last look at ES. They're working their way down to this this fair value gap. So I most definitely expect them to at least tap it. Whatever they're doing, slow. You know, given how far they've moved in the range for the day. What's the new ATR for the day? Because this would essentially be like a new day, right? It starts at 6. It's gone up. 98.51. It's gone up for the average. They've come back into this order block. This one? Yeah. What's the low of that? 1587.27, and the high of this candle so far is 1597.60. All right, well done. Okay, let's go back to our 1 minute. And we appear to be, yep, bringing ourselves back down. And thank you, NASDAQ. And if I trusted it, take the short, take the 5 handles, roll into, and call it a day, because consolidating now. All right, so I think that's good for now. Got a decent amount of little time just kind of looking at the charts and reading it. That's good. So I hope you found this interesting. I know trading is basically hurry up and wait. All right, I'm gonna see if I can encourage the kitty to drink more water. So drop a like, drop a comment, let me know your thoughts. How are things going for you? All right, Shakira out.